Coronavirus continues to spread like wildfire all over the world. Since 30th January, when the World Health Organization, WHO, declared the coronavirus as a global emergency. Fast forward to a few months later, numbers of people infected are decreasing in some countries like Malaysia, South Korea, and New Zealand. But a country stood out with its skyrocketing increment both in the number of people infected and, unfortunately, death cases too. Just in today, 71,750 new cases and 1,001 new deaths were recorded in the United States alone. With that, the total cases of coronavirus in the US sums up to 3,616,827 and total deaths of 140,144. In comparison to other big countries like Russia, which comes at number 4, just the US cases, they have made 26.43% out of all cases worldwide. So one of the factors that interests me is
Quarantine yourself.
Call this an epicenter, not of a COVID outbreak, but of the lines being drawn over whether to wear a face mask or not.
It is appalling that each and every one of you sitting up there would suggest to muffle people, to put masks on our face, to keep us from breathing oxygen, to get us to become sickly.
This is a sign of control.
Be careful. Some have taken to burning masks in protest. In a deeply polarized America, almost anything can signal political tribalism.
Are you going to allow the government to tell you you have to wear a mask?
Those are a few recorded examples of some Americans choosing and rallying not to wear face masks. The reason why, you ask? Let's follow me to unravel some of their reasons to not wear face masks. The first and most acclaimed one is...
I work for Costco and I'm asking this member to put on a mask because that is our company policy. So either wear the mask
And I'm not doing it because I woke up in a free country.
We will get together and do a citizen's arrest on every single human being that goes against the freedom of choice. Okay? You literally cannot mandate somebody to wear a mask knowing that that mask is killing people.
You're not God, and since masks are harmful, where there is risk, there should be choice. You're removing our freedoms and stomping on our constitutional rights by these communist dictatorship orders or laws you want to mandate.
It infringes their civil liberties, or in simple words, violates their freedom. Even though wearing masks isn't compulsory in much of the US, only 18 states are upholding this ruling, but to adhere to these rules, some may feel like a forfeiture of their freedoms, with arguments that it goes against their First, Fifth, and 14th Amendments. Many Americans are thinking that they have a point to go against the government and shop owners and bring it to court. So let's hear what the experts have to say. First up, Dimitri Baum, a human constitutional law professor.
So whenever you have any kind of a mandate by the government to do something, there's going to be a group of people who are opposed to being forced to do it.
However, based on past rulings, Baum says he doesn't see that argument holding up in court.
The government has some leeway in protecting individuals' health and safety. As long as the government's justification for the restriction or for the imposition is strong enough, that suffices.
Now, as for private businesses, they have even more leeway. Next is Jonathan Starbuck, Cumberland County District Attorney.
I think it is sort of the equivalent of the no shirts, no shoes, no service policy that a lot of businesses have. They have the authority to be able to run their business as they seem fit to do, as long as it's not discriminating against a group of people.
Now, this shows that their first reasoning is refuted and invalidated. The second reason is that it is uncomfortable and makes them look weak. Some argued their medical condition, like asthma, PTSD, or mental health issues, are reasons why they are allowed not to wear face masks.
What about PTSD from child abuse situations? I was left in a hot car. You want to cover my face? I'm going to hyperventilate because I remember being stuck in that hot car. What about people like me? We don't matter because of the greater good, right?
So anyone harassing me to wear a mask, you guys are violating federal law. You get that?
So let's hear what the experts have to say. First up, Dr. Jennifer Ashton, News Chief Medical Correspondent.
There are certainly some people, maybe for PTSD reasons or severe claustrophobia, psychologically may not be able to wear one. But in general, if someone is well enough to be out in public, they're medically well enough to put some kind of face covering or mask on.
And now we're going to talk.
Next is Atlee Reilly, disability rights lawyer. He states businesses don't have to waive the mask policy as long as they make reasonable accommodation for people with health problems to get the same goods and services.
It may mean that you could allow someone to wear a clear face shield instead of a cloth mask.
Based on these two reasons, what can we conclude? It shows the traits of individualism, one of Hofstade's cultural dimension theories. This dimension measures on the degree of interdependence a society maintains among its members. It has to do with whether people's self-image is defined in terms of I or we. In individualist societies, people are only supposed to look after themselves and their direct family. In collectivist societies, people belong to in-groups that take care of them in exchange for unquestioning loyalty. The point is that masks do not just protect the wearer, they protect others. Such community-minded thinking fits with collectivist cultural norms in some parts of Asia, where masks are routinely worn when one is sick and where there is more experience with serious epidemics. In fact, the United States of America scored a 91, which is the highest ranking among all other countries in Hofstade's individualist versus collectivist scale. Based on the previous two reasons, Americans value their own rights and comfort rather than others' health. From my point of view, at times like this, especially in a pandemic, we should put our differences aside and be more concerned of the greater good. We should start being selfless in public and consider that everybody out there is probably infected, so we wouldn't want to jeopardize their health and also ours. And lastly from me, individualism can't stop the virus. Only collective action can.